Friends, we interrupt our very serious theological content
Very serious.
to fangirl.
Yes, we have
Because
to.
Taylor has a new album.
Coming out in 72 days.
Yeah. Oh, and who are we? We're Pastor Swifties. I'm Pastor Paige.
And I'm Pastor Megan, and we are so glad that we are able to do this really awesome bonus episode for you to fangirl about a new album that is coming on April 19th.
April 19th, we get the Tortured Poets Department. And Taylor, thank you for giving us some time to be able to listen to the album and include it in this season. So we are going to have an extra episode. We're going to have one more episode to the season this year.
Yeah, that we hadn't really planned on.
Right.
And yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Taylor at the Grammys on Sunday,
yes,
when she won her Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Album for Midnights, she went up on stage, and I'm going to recite because Paige didn't watch. I did because I knew something was going to happen because I had drank the Kool-Aid. I was looking at all the fan theories on TikTok all weekend.
Oh my goodness.
All the things, why she wore a white dress with black gloves, she had a necklace on that was a clock that was set to midnight. So we're like, what's happening at midnight? Like, she had a braid in her hair that was very, like, reputation coded or whatever.
Oh.
And, like, then we did not get Reputation, Taylor's version. Instead, as she's going up there, she's, I think, very shocked, first of all, that she won.
Yeah. That was like a mood for all of the women.
For all the women. They were just very surprised to be up on that stage.
Right.
Which is totally different season. But, like, very, they deserve to be up there.
Well, and, what was interesting is there were no white men nominated for Best Record, Best Song, or Best Album.
Yep.
The only man was John Baptiste, who's a African-American or black man.
Yes.
So it's...
and so she gets up there, and she's sort of looking at her Grammy, and just goes, this is my 13th Grammy. And I'm just sitting in my chair going, oh, it's coming. It's coming. And she goes, the number 13 is really special to me. And I'm like, yes, because you were born on December 13th, and the 13, like, things add up to it. And she goes, so I have this secret that I've been holding on to for 2 years. And I immediately go, but wait, we know about the re-records, so that's not a secret.
Right.
And she goes, the Tortured Poets Department, my new album, comes out April 19th. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go post the cover right now. And I just started screaming and freaking out and just beside myself because that's not at all what we were thinking it was going to be. And I immediately text Paige.
Yes.
All caps lock. April 19th, new Taylor album. I couldn't even remember what it was called at that point, but I was just like, new Taylor album, April 19th. Oh my God.
I could feel your energy through the phone, right?
Yes.
And right after you texted, I went on Instagram to try to see if I could find, the video or whatever. So another colleague of ours, a friend, posted a video of like the phone videoing the thing and her girls screaming. I mean, they've got a house full of Swifties.
I love Laura's girls freaking out about this.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. Yeah, it was just so unexpected and amazing. And so this, is the album. It's going to be fantastic. And
it's going to be something so new, right? Like, first of all of her album titles are short.
Yes.
One word,
That has probably been one of my favorite things on TikTok, watching all of the fans. There's a song that starts the Eras tour, and they're trying to figure out how you add the Tortured Poets Department.
Look, here's my I'll clown. I'm not good at this, but she will do Tortured Poets as a surprise song. She'll use it for that. I don't think she adds it to the Eras tour, and I think after the Eras tour, she does like a intimate tour, maybe with a whole bunch of stops in each city, but something much smaller and more intimate.
My other thought is to do that, but it will just be that album. But I guess the Lover Fest that was supposed to happen was supposed to be in the round.
Oh.
So I could see this album and maybe Folklore and Evermore in the round.
That'd be cool, but I think I don't know, it's interesting because she's gotten so good at the 3-hour concert.
Yeah. And it's going to be, and if she does something more intimate, it's going to be even harder to get tickets.
Oh, I know, it's going to be impossible.
And it's going to be terrible. So as well as her posting the album title, the front of it, she also gave us an inside look at the record. And so we're going to clown for a little bit. So if you're normally here for our Jesus Christ and God stuff,
here we go. Ready? God has blessed this woman with an ability to write, and she's using her gifts and sharing them with the world.
Yes, and we're not only Christians, we're also Swifties.
Right,
so
right.
We figured we needed to do a bonus episode, so the next episode of Errors of was not 20 minutes of us fangirling about this album.
Yeah.
We would get straight to the point. So, she's really good at doing her handwritten things, and that's what this note is. And for at least the vinyl, I don't know if it will be the same for the CDs and the cassettes. It's going to be a 20-page booklet.
I know, it looks so cool.
Yes. So the note says, "And so I enter into evidence my tarnished coat of arms, my muses acquired like bruises, my talismans and charms, the tick, tick, tick of love bombs, my veins of pitch black ink. All's fair in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department."
So when you read that earlier, I was reminded of something that we had talked about in a previous episode. And I'm trying to find the notes for it. We keep all our notes on our phones because we can share them remotely. But there was something about that line for the coat of arms that it reminds me of something from the Game of Thrones thing.
Oh,
the poem, the disappearance poem. Yes, the chink in my said a prayer of gratitude for each chink in the armor she never knew she needed.
That's her poem from when she did Reputation.
Right.
Oh, I love it. That's an Easter egg I have not seen on TikTok yet. The other ones that are fabulous that I will just point out to you because as I was sharing them with Paige yesterday, she's like, "Wait, what?"
I don't clown. I don't.
No, and
I don't.
This is what I do. After I finish reading a couple chapters of my book, I scroll TikTok for at least a half hour.
And I don't have TikTok because I can't be trusted.
Yes, and so I do the TikTok for us. And so all the people's theories on why April 19th is the date, like we know this is the Joe Alwyn, however you say. I'm not going to learn how to say his last name. Sorry.
We only need to know Travis Kelce. Because apparently, no.
It's Kelsey. I don't care. That's how Jason Kelsey says it. And I'm going to go with the big brother.
But Dad says
I don't care.
Kels.
I do not care. That'll be another tangent on another episode somewhere probably. When we get the Travis album. TS12?
That's TS13.
Yeah. So, anyways. So, April 19th is when this album is being released.
Yes.
Why is that a big deal, you say? Well, Joe is British.
Yes.
That's the start of the American Revolutionary War.
So speaking of Joe's Britness, what's track 5?
Oh, track 5 is So Long, London.
I mean, this is great. And this cracks me up because you guys don't know this because we never did share it. I rewrote London Boy.
Yes, maybe we'll share it this time.
Last year because her, new guy, Travis Kelce, is a Cleveland boy. And so I was like, well, she needs a Cleveland boy song. So I rewrote it. And I don't know, it's pretty solid. Yeah. Maybe we'll share it when we get to the Lover episode.
Day we'll share it. So first off, it's the start of the American Revolutionary War.
Okay. Sorry, I interrupted your train of thought.
That's okay. April 19th is also National Cat Lady Day. I should have waited until you
That's my favorite.
April is also Poetry Month.
Which is perfect.
This is where, okay, Paige is known for being petty. But when it comes to this stuff...
I'm not petty.
Not petty, snarky.
Snarky.
Snarky. When it comes to this sort of stuff, I'm all in.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like, yes. Give me the dish. Give me the dirt. Give me the tea. I don't understand half of it.
She is spilling it all over this album. Oh my God, that should have been the look of the thing. White with tea spilled. She's spilling all the tea.
Be, you know, we don't know what the inside of the book's going to look like. Who knows? So April 19th. This is probably even better than the Revolutionary War. 2023. The day before, Taylor has a dinner party with all of her friends, minus Joe. All of her friends. April 19th. All of those friends that were at the dinner party, unfollow Joe on Instagram.
I mean, look, you gotta say,
the evidence has been presented.
She's got supportive, and she's got supportive friends, right? They all changed their profile pictures to black and white,
including Travis,
which
that one probably was like my favorite. Yeah,
I mean, you know,
yeah, and there's gonna be some tea spilled, on this album. Auntie and Mama will explain that reference to you, but. So, spilling tea...
Now you're going to explain it now?
Yes.
You should explain it later, but okay.
Is when you have some dirt, something to dish that you do over a beverage. That's my elder millennial interpretation of it. There's probably a better one. But so... The song titles...
The song titles are great. So track 5 is London Boy. Or no, not London Boy, So Long London.
So she has 2 collaborations on this album. The first one...
This blows my mind. This partnership is like, wait, what?
So the very first song on this album is called Fortnite. Not like your Fortnite in the future. Mm-hmm. No, Fortnite like the video game.
And the collaboration is with Post Malone of all people. Like,
yes, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
Second track is called The Tortured Poets Department. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Track 4 is Down Bad. I don't understand that reference. I know I'm probably going to get it by...
Well, when we get the album.
When we get the album. It's a pop culture thing. I'm too old for that. I think we're too old for that Down Bad.
Okay.
Who knows? Track 5, So Long London. But I think track 6 is going to be just as good.
Yeah.
Okay. But Daddy, I Love Him.
Which is a reference to 1989 movie.
The Little Mermaid. Right. When Ariel is telling her father in the grotto, but Daddy, I love him, before he destroys everything. I mean.
So good.
Next song. Fresh Out the Slammer. Taylor Nation.
Okay.
Hi, Taylor Nation. Posted, so February 7th was the first show of the 2024 Eras Tour.
Yes.
I just got this. They posted a picture of her in her August dress. And it says, Fresh Out the Slammer, back in Tokyo.
Oh.
So there's someone on TikTok's probably figured out that Easter egg already, but there's that. Then Florida, 3 exclamation points featuring Florence and the Machine.
That's going to be great.
The tea on this one is that Florida is the first city post-breakup, or the first state post-breakup.
Public. We know about the breakup.
Yes. So we know there's going to be something probably juicy on the Florida. And the fact that there's 3 exclamation points, we know she is very specific.
It's going to be the most mellow because remember, Slut has an exclamation point. Yes.
But what we know is that she is very specific on how she does her liner notes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talked about it in Debut and Fearless, how she would only capitalize certain things to sort of give you clues, and if you spelled it out, it said something. Okay, so we have Florida. Guilty as sin? Question mark.
Ooh, we're going to have a field day with that one.
Who's afraid of little old me? Question mark.
That's got Virginia Woolf all over it.
This next one. There are some of them where I'm just like, you can't skip to it because you know this is going to be a whole story.
Right.
I can fix him.
Parentheses.
No, really, I can. End parentheses.
Oh, honey.
But why do I also feel like that's going to be every woman's or, woman identifying person's song going, but no, really, I can fix him?
So,
no, really, I can't.
So, we sometimes listen to artists other than Taylor Swift. And my boyfriend's daughter, Genevieve, introduced me to Olivia Rodrigo. And she's got a song on her new album, Guts, that's called I Want to Get Him Back. And it's this great, like, two-sided. But there's this, like, and I am my father's daughter, so maybe I can fix him. And every time you say that, I think of Olivia with that line. Like,
yes.
Yep, maybe you can fix him. Yeah,
and so, like we said, Taylor is very literal or very intentional more.
Right, yeah.
Like, with how she writes things. So this next song is all lowercase. What albums? We're all in lowercase.
My two favorites.
Folklore and Evermore. So I'm thinking this is a cousin song from there.
Yeah, something from the third sister.
Or this is the third sister. That's a whole other theory.
I don't know.
It's called LOML, which is an abbreviation for Love of My Life.
Oof.
So we shall see what that one is. Then our last songs, so this is on side D of the vinyl. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Like going out on tour.
Well, and also I wonder if this is
recording it.
Or her starting to fall in love with Travis.
I don't know.
Or like there may be like this. Who knows?
But
I mean, we have so many theories on these songs that we're like, this is what it's going to be about.
But she fell in love with Joe with a broken heart, right?
True.
She does it. This is one of the things about her that I find abundantly impressive. It took me about like 8 years after my divorce, before I could really open my heart again. And she has done it so much faster.
Yeah.
So she probably has,
who knows,
better therapy money.
Yeah. To follow up that song, I'm going to let Paige finish sipping. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Which, I mean, one of the things, right, that talked about with Travis is how he lets her be her whole self.
He's also much taller than her.
Right? But Joe would want her to hold back, would want her to pull back. And we saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then The Alchemy.
Okay.
Clara Bow, which has been fascinating to see people dissect this title.
Yeah.
So Clara Bow, as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly who this song was about.
Okay.
And Paige got hear me deep dive a little bit about it over dinner earlier. So, as well as being Taylor Swift fans and Christians and all that sort of stuff, we are also both huge Broadway fans.
Yes, yeah.
There is a little-known Broadway show called Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
And it was written by Jason Robert Brown, who is
him.
No, Frank. It doesn't matter. It's wonderful, but it's not Jason.
It's not Jason. Okay.
It's someone else, but also equally good. Jeremy Jordan and Laura Osnes star as Bonnie and Clyde, respectively.
All right.
The opening song is young Bonnie singing about how she wants to be this actress, how she wants to be famous, how she wants to leave this little small town in Texas, and she wants to be just like Clara Bow. Because Clara Bow is the it girl. And she was known as the it girl in the 1920s and 30s of the silent movies.
Okay.
She left the silent movies and then went to the talkies, as they were called when they first came out. But then she left acting because her husband did not want her to be famous or doing the thing that was passionate for her. She then suffered from a lot of mental illnesses and died of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
She has
that's
star
tragic.
on the corner of Sunset and
Vine.
Vine,
Mm-hmm.
which is a line from Gorgeous. Wow. And Taylor wants to be just like Bonnie and Clyde in Getaway Car. Wow. So, like, as soon as I saw that song, I was just like, I know who that is. I can, like, deep dive into, like, the musical theater part of it. And, like, the fact that is the last track before we get to our bonus track.
Right.
That is our last track. So that is our bookend of this album.
And the bonus track.
And the bonus track is called The Manuscript. And that is also what the file name of the
she's got like file name, the manuscript.
The manuscript on her thing. And like, what is the manuscript? Is it going to be like Dear Reader from Midnight?
I love that we go from Dear Reader, right? That's the last one on the Midnights till 3 a.m.
version.
To the Tortured Poets, Poets Department. And, well, no, but to the, like...
But, I mean, like, the first song is Fortnight.
This is going to be...
Which is after midnight.
I mean, Fortnight is, like, 2 weeks.
But, like, it's, But... So, you guys, she also has a picture that goes along with this, and the thing that says on it is, I love you. It's ruining my life.
And I just feel like I have to say, it's not love if it's ruining your life. So...
Exactly. And I think that's why she purposely put in part of the liner notes, all's fair in love and poetry.
Oh, I think she's letting it go. And there's somebody that shows up, because I don't have TikTok. These things show up on my Instagram reels.
Mm-hmm. Or I send them to Paige.
Right. Who is trying to show how good of a poet Taylor is. I haven't seen anything from her yet because I haven't like done a deep dive. But she's been reading Taylor Swift lyrics as poetry for like, it's been like, she's had days on there. It's like day 99 or whatever. I don't remember what day she's on. But I love, and I want to see what she says about this, because truly,
it's going to be beautiful.
Taylor is a poet. Like, this is poetry. And I'm so excited to not only get it, to have it, but to then be able to dive into it with you guys as we look at the faith piece of it.
Exactly. And I think that's why, we talk a lot about her writing. That I think is what we fell in love with first, is her writing, the way she expresses herself.
Yeah, the way she tells her stories.
It's why we also go back to the Bible all the time to get those stories. And I think it's why we're also able to pull out lines from her songs and use them as verses or, scripture.
Right.
Because they do read like poetry.
Right.
And I think that's often how she writes first, is it's poetry, and then the music comes to her.
Well, and I saw an interview with her, and I don't know when the interview was, but I saw it not very long ago, where she said, like, if you like to write poetry, you'd like writing songs. Like, that's the next step, right?
Yeah.
And so she knows that what she's writing is poetry. She's brilliant. She's not dumb. Like,
she is, and I'm just very excited for whatever this looks like. We've joked that we're just going to need to, like, call out for a couple days. We're not going to. People from church are watching and listening, don't worry.
We just might have some references in our sermons.
Yeah, there might be some references in the sermons in the next couple of weeks after that. Or, you'll see us really puffy-eyed and wonder what's going on. We're fine. We're just processing Taylor's new album.
Right.
But, I think one of the things that Paige said to me after, we had our first initial freakouts of this album coming out was, how nice of Taylor to put this later on in our season when we're recording and posting our season 2 differently, because we're not going to have to wait for this album to be talked about until season 3.
Right.
How we're doing this is we're recording 1 week and then posting the next week. So we're essentially trying to work a week or 2 weeks ahead.
Right. And stretch out release for everybody, because they're... we know we talk a long time. So
we do. This was supposed to be 5 minutes. We're probably at
25
minutes of us going through Taylor's newest album that's not even out yet.
Just wait.
Just wait, because we believe from what we know from this album that we don't know anything about yet.
Right.
That we think there's a book in the Bible that's going to be perfect for this deep dive.
I mean, at least one.
At least one, you know. I mean, maybe a couple.
Right.
But for sure, probably one of the biggest.
The one in the middle.
Yeah, when you open your Bible, it's the middle. You know, so you guys get to hear us be excited about this for the next 72 days, depending on.
Not that you're counting.
Not that I'm counting, nor do I have a countdown in my phone for this at all.
I adore you, Megan.
Or put it in my calendar as soon as it was announced, or try to check out on her store Sunday night and then realized that it was a half hour to wait to even get to the checkout.
Oh my gosh.
And then after I was done talking to Paige, it was 45 minutes. So I waited till Monday morning to pre-order said album.
Just wait till it's at Target. Is that terrible?
No, because you can get the Target version then.
Right. That's
because
true.
you know there'll be a Target version.
That's true. I just hope it sells the book. Like, that's the thing that will make me.
There'll probably be something different in the Target version that'll make you want to buy it.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Or he'll get it for Genevieve. She'll get that version.
Yes.
You know, Genevieve, you get that version.
Right. I mean, it's just, it's exciting to have the new thing.
It is.
And I mean, we were hoping to get Rep TV for season 2. And who knows, we may
Who
still.
knows? I don't understand the inner workings of her mind. That's why she is the mastermind.
Yep.
But, you know, I think what's really neat and what's going to be really fun with this is we have not had a brand new top to bottom album since we started this project.
Right. Yeah.
You know, we've known what 1989 was going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't know what, like, the 5 extra songs were going to be.
Right.
But we get a whole album. 17 tracks that are going to be brand new. So this is going to be really fun, and we can't wait to bring you along for this ride. Thank you for listening to this bonus episode. We just felt we needed to put something out about this.
So we're so excited.
We're so excited, and we want to make sure that this doesn't impede or heed our deep dive, our theological seriousness of God and Fearless TV, which you can expect hopefully February 21st.
Yeah. Well, thank you, friends, again for checking in and listening along, and keep your eyes open for the Tortured Poets Department.
Yes.
Thanks. Have a good week.
Thanks.